the last time I'm ever going to a movies with that Ed Norton.
What's the matter?
What's the matter? Every time there was a love scene, he put his arm around Trixie and started to hug her.
And what's wrong with that? I happen to think that's very romantic.
Romantic, huh? I was sitting between them. When I go to a movie, I want to see a love scene, not be in it. Hey, were these lights on all the time we were out?
Sure, I left them on.
What's the matter? Are the mice afraid of the dark?
I happen to have read once in a magazine where when nobody's home, you leave a light burning. That way, if a burglar comes, he thinks somebody's home and he goes away.
Well, please leave the lights out and let a burglar come in if he wants. What could a burglar get in here anyway? And if he dropped something, we'd be ahead. I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Don't you want to have a cup of tea with me?
No, I'm too tired.
Why don't you sit with me, Ralph, and have a cup of tea?
If I had the strength to sit up, I'd have some tea.
Oh, all right. Sure you won't have a cup of tea, Ralph?
I said no!
You don't have to shout, Ralph. I wish once in a while you would try to behave a little bit like a gentleman. You could certainly take a lesson or two, you know, from that Ronald Coleman who was in that picture tonight. Oh, he was so suave and so smooth and so sophisticated. Why can't you be a little bit more like him?
What has Ronald Coleman got that I ain't got? What are you laughing at? I happen to know that Ronald Coleman in his underwear looks exactly like I do.
How would you know?
Never mind how I know. I knew a guy that knew him in the Army. My bathrobe.
Your bathrobe is hanging on the door where you left it this morning.
Boy, you certainly hand me a laugh.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe I'd be a little more like Ronald Coleman if you were a little more like Lana Turner. You know, Lana didn't look too bad in that picture either.
Well, how could she possibly look bad? She gets her hair done by Max Factor, her eyelashes by Max Factor, even the coloring is by Max Factor.
Yeah? Did you get a load of that figure in a bathing suit? She didn't get that from Max.
You always did go for the flashy blonde type. Now, me, I thought the other girl in the picture was much sweeter.
You mean the one that fell down the elevator shaft and lost her memory?
Yeah. That's the one. What was her name again?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Gee, you know, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Her name was, oh, you know her name, Ralph. She's the one that wrote the article in the movie magazine last month, the one that was called, How to Hold a Husband.
Well, if you don't know her name, why don't you call up her husband?
I can't. They were divorced last week. Mention some movie actresses' names.
Louise Fazenda, Marjorie Main, Shirley Temple, and Good Night.
Hey, forget about it, because it's not that important.
Now I can't sleep. Now I can't sleep, and it's your fault.
What do you mean it's my fault?
You know I can't sleep if I got anything on my mind, and I can't think of that dame's name.
I don't know her name. I'll find out what it is tomorrow.
Oh, no, you won't find out what it is tomorrow. You know I can't sleep if I'm thinking of something. I saw her in 1,000 pictures. It's very simple what her name is. She's got a very odd first name. Mention some odd first names.
Well, there's Jennifer and Myrna, Toby, Millicent.
Hey, wait a minute. That's it. Millicent. Millicent Brady. That sounds familiar.
It should. She lives next door.
I know what's the matter. We're going at this too hard. You know, when you try to rack your brain to think about something, it never comes to you. You gotta relax and be calm. Get on another subject entirely.
All right.
Let's just be relaxed. Any mail for me today?
Nothing.
What's her name? Hey, wait a minute. I know. Where's that paper I brought in tonight? They advertised the picture in the paper. I got it.
Oh.
It's the same paper.
Well,
Where's the theater section?
I think I wrapped the garbage in it, Ralph.
Oh, you're beautiful. Look out. Here it is. There's the ad. Lowe's Twilight. Burning Lips, starring Ronald Coleman and Lana Turner, and...
Well, what's the name?
I don't know. You got ketchup all over it. This is all your fault. You're not satisfied with putting ketchup on everything we eat. Now you gotta put ketchup on the garbage.
Now, you see? That's one of the neighbors at the door. All your hollering and screaming has awakened him. You happy big mouth.
Who's a happy big mouth? Who's a happy big mouth?
You heard me. You're a happy big mouth.
One of these days, Alice. One of these days. All right, the kiss.
Tell me what's going on. I can't get any sleep up there.
Look, what's the name of that dame that was in the picture? Name the cast.
Ronald Coleman,
Yeah.
Lana Turner.
Go ahead, keep going, keep going.
You keep going. I'm still thinking of Lana Turner.
You gotta think of a name. What was the name of that girl that was in the fight with Ronald Coleman at the beginning of the picture?
I remember the scene. He slapped her in the face and
Hey,
he
wait a
gave her
minute.
wallop
The
behind.
marquee is down the corner.
Well, look,
Stretch out the window. I'll get a chair. See if you can see the marquee from out. Pull this down. Go ahead, pal. What's it say?
Burning lips.
Burning lips.
Be careful, Liz. You'll fall
Shut
out.
up. It's a chance we gotta take.
Ronald Coleman, Lana Turner.
Yeah? What's the next name?
Then there's another name.
What's the next name?
Ronald Reagan.
But what's between Lana Turner and Ronald Reagan?
Mr. Murphy's long underwear hanging on the line.
You listen to me.
Wait a minute. What's that? Come in.
What's going on here? All the neighbors are complaining. You better cut out the noise.
Look, I'm sorry about the noise. I'll tell you how it happened.
Don't tell me how it happened. You better cut out the racket or you'll tell it to the judge.
Judge. That's it. That's it.
What's it?
Arlene Judge. That's the name of the thing. Hey, thanks a lot, pal. We won't make any noise. Thanks, you, Officer,
Nolan, Jimmy Nolan.
Officer Jimmy Nolan. Thanks, pal.
Good night.
Night, night.
Good night. Well, baby, that settles that.